Yo, what's up my kings and queens? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about the hardest parts about starting young. Now this is applicable no matter what age you are, because we are all fairly young. As long as you aren't really above 30, you're still considered fairly young. So this will be applicable to anyone who's watching this video above the age of, let's say, 14 and under the age of 30. Please enjoy the video. And if you guys are new here, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to drop a subscribe. If you don't know who I am, I'm YK Maharaj, and I'm here to help people become the best possible version of themselves. Let's get into the video, guys. So the hardest parts about starting young. Now the first thing about starting young, now this doesn't matter what age you are. This can be whether you're 14, 15, up until maybe about 25, I'd say, right? But even above that, I still recommend this video. I'm just saying that up until 25, this point I'm about to discuss is relevant to those people, right? So the first thing about starting young, right? No matter what it is you want to start, whether you want to start content, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to start another side hustle, is that you lack direction. What do I mean by that? I mean you don't know what you should be doing. Why though? Because like I said, you're fairly young, right? Let's take the audience who are about 14, 15 in this watching this video, right? You guys are fairly young. You're still starting out your high school career, and you're still growing up, right? You are not set in stone at 14 and 15. For those of you who are older, you know that, right? You are going to change as you get older. Things are going to get different. You're going to develop new habits. You're going to develop new tastes. You're going to stop liking certain things. You're going to start liking other things that you never thought you liked before, right? Because like I said, you're still young. You're still growing up. Now, the same is applicable when you're in your 20s. Early 20s, or you just finished high school like me, right? You might not know where to start. Why though? Because you're still fairly young, guys. There are people who are in their 40s who are millionaires, who only started doing what they were doing in their 30s, right? So you don't have to have it all figured out now. That's all right. But that doesn't mean you should just be taking life as it comes either. You should be trying your best to plan ahead, set goals, try and achieve that. Otherwise, you're just living life as it comes. You understand? So the first thing I mentioned is that you don't know what you should be doing, right? Because you don't know yourself well enough, right? So you don't know whether you should be doing YouTube. And even if you do know you should be doing YouTube, right? You don't know what to do about YouTube. Like when I was younger, I first started doing YouTube. I tried doing random vlogs, didn't take it serious. I stopped doing that. When I was 13, I started doing Call of Duty Mobile on YouTube, recorded, didn't take it serious, stopped doing that. But the signs were there for me. I wanted to do something with content, YouTube, something like along those lines, right? So here I am today, teaching people how to become the best possible version of themselves. So the first thing I mentioned is that you lack direction. You don't know what you should be doing, and you don't know what niche to get into, right? Because you don't know yourself well enough. If you do know yourself well enough, well done. But you need to find something that you're mostly passionate about that's not going to feel like work. Don't get me wrong. No matter what it is, you're going to find tasks that feel like work, but the overall end goal you're trying to reach and the purpose of what you're doing should make it feel like it isn't work. Like, let me give you an example. For me, creating this type of content on self-improvement, me sitting here and recording this video, yes, it's work, but it doesn't really feel like work to me, right? I'm sitting here with my script about the things I want to discuss, right? And I'm here to help you guys. It doesn't really feel like work, because the only thing that felt like work was actually the script. I don't like scripting much, but that feels like work. Sitting down and recording doesn't feel like work, right? I'm doing this to help you guys become the best possible version of yourselves, right? Also, by the way, I do that because I want to be the person I wish I had growing up, you know? So not everything is going to feel like it's not work, right? Even if it's something you're passionate about. I love what I do with this content, right? With self-improvement, teaching people discipline, meditation, journaling, etc. You know, I love this, but there are certain things that feel like work. But overall, it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels to me like I'm building my empire. I'm working towards my purpose. I'm doing what I need to do. You understand? The next thing is your habits, right? Because your habits determine where you get long term, right? The next thing, your content consuming. If you guys are on social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever, the content you consume is very, very important, because it directly corresponds to what you correlates to what you're thinking, right? Because obviously the algorithm trying to give you more of what you enjoy. But if that's brain rot, and I don't mean to offend anyone, because mine sometimes become brain rot too, it's okay Get rid of it though. It's not okay to stay there scrolling, watching brain rots, and scroll on again. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go there. I go to the brain rot nowadays. I press not interested. But whenever like let's say a Tate video comes up, or I've got some good quotes on my screen on Instagram or something, I say interested. So I get more of the good stuff on my feed, you know. I get motivating quotes there. I get self-improvement tips there. I get, okay, maybe a clip, a funny clip about Andrew Tate or something, but that's the content I'm consuming, right? So the content you're consuming is very important because it correlates to what you're actively thinking and what your interests are, right? And it affects how you think, literally. By the way, guys, can you guys see this bicep vein? It looks fucking sexy, bro. Yo, sorry, I don't mean to boast here. Okay, then from there, with lacking direction, is you don't know how to start, you don't know what to choose, right? That's all right. For me, when I started my content, I didn't know how to start. I just started, right? I didn't start with YouTube. I started with short form content. The first 20 to 50 videos I posted were complete rubbish. And probably the same is applicable with my YouTube. You know what? I got it open on my laptop here. I'd say, about the first 20 videos were rubbish, except my gym vlogs. My gym vlogs were quite good. Everything else was rubbish because I was sitting there reading off a script. I wasn't sitting there talking like this. If you go and watch my older videos, I don't think you will enjoy it as much as you watch my recent videos from the video tag called "If You're Inconsistent, Choose This Video." You know. The next thing is, so you don't know how to start, you don't know what to choose. So you need to figure out what you want to choose first of all. Then how to start, don't worry about it. And don't wait for the perfect time. There is no such thing as a perfect time. Just start, and learn along the way as you go, right? Now the next thing is you need to develop discipline. How are you going to do this? You need to develop discipline, you need to track your habits, and you need to get in the gym, because if you're trying to be anyone successful, those are what the successful people are doing. They are disciplined individuals. Majority of them have good habits, and majority of them are in the gym. It's as simple as that, right? So you want to get good results, get good habits. It goes hand in hand. Also, if you want to know about habit tracking and how to get consistent with that video, with your habits, check out the video I posted called "If You're Inconsistent, Choose This Video." Right, the next thing is reflection for identification. What do I mean by that? You need to go and sit down and reflect. Who are you? What are you passionate about, right? There's going to be signs. So for me, my signs were those YouTube vlogs I tried when I was younger. Then I also tried the Call of Duty mobile channel. And on top of that, since I was 7 years old, look, everyone had the I want to be a doctor phase. But since I was 7 years old, no matter what career paths crossed my mind, the one thing that never left, even if it kept changing, the one thing I always went back to was I want to be a businessman since 7 years old. So there are going to be signs of what you're interested in, where you're trying to go, the things you want to do, you know. You just have to look for them. But if you don't sit down, analyze yourself and look for them, you're going to get into the wrong thing. You're going to go waste a year trying to pursue something that's not worth it to you, and then you're going to regret it. Come back to another video at the end of the year, choose something else, and the cycle's going to repeat. You understand? Yeah, so you need to figure out what you're passionate about and what's not going to feel like work to you, as I mentioned. So for me, this here doesn't feel like work. There are certain tasks that feel like work. So editing feels like work, especially editing the YouTube videos. They are much longer, right? Editing feels like work. Sitting down and scripting feels like work, right? Maybe recording my short form sometimes feels like work. A lot of it feels like work, right? But you need to find the stuff that won't feel like work, or even if it does feel like work, it's work you love doing, right? The work I don't love doing is editing. But aside from editing, I love coming and sitting here in front of a camera and teaching you guys. I'm here to help you guys become the best possible version of yourselves, you know? By the way, guys, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to drop a subscribe. You need to figure out what work is not going to feel like work for you, and even if it does, as long as you love the work, that's it. The next thing is, when you first start, you need to have consistency and passion. Now, why do I say this? Because when you first start, nothing's going to happen with consistency. Let's use the gym as an example. For those of you who are already going to the gym, it would be a good example, right? Let's use the gym as an example. If you just started going to the gym and you went 3 times 1 week, then you didn't go next week, you didn't go the next week, but the following week you went 3 times again. Bro, you're not expecting to be making a lot of progress, right? Because you're not doing it consistently. Whereas, well, no matter what it is you're pursuing, if you chase it day after day, consistently, maybe you might miss a day, that's all right. As long as you're there and you show up majority. Oh, by the way, consistency is volume over time. Consistency is not never missing a day. Let me give you an example. This cold shower here, right? I have a cold shower every morning. I missed the 2nd of November, but I got a tick every other day. That is still consistency. I didn't naturally restart to day 0 here. What rubbish is that? No, that's like saying, oh, I go to the gym 7 days a week. By the way, I actually do, right? But now that's like saying, oh, I missed the gym today, I'm back to day 0 of the gym. That makes no sense, right? So you have to be consistent over a long period of time. And that's what I realized with my content when I first started. The more consistent I got, the better results I was getting, the faster I was growing, the more I was learning, etc., etc. So consistency is key. They don't lie to you when they tell you this. No matter what it is you're pursuing in life, consistency and passion. Now, the last and final points I have for you guys. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe, because I really am here to help you guys become the best possible version of yourselves. And quite frankly, I am here exposing some stuff about me at the same time, you know. So yeah, the next thing I have for you is there's going to be doubters. There's going to be haters, no matter what it is. No matter what it is you're pursuing, there will be people who don't believe in you. But how are you going to get through that? You need to have tunnel vision. You need to have genuine belief you will succeed. Almost sort of delusion. Genuine belief that end goal you have in mind, not the goal, not the mini goal you set for yourself this year, that end final goal you have in mind from the vision that God gave you. You need to have genuine belief that you will reach it, right? God gave you your vision for a reason, right? Don't let other people's self-limiting beliefs hold you back from your purpose, your destiny, what you are meant to do, right? You need to have absolute blind faith and obsession. By the way, guys, if you guys want more insights about how to stay focused when no one believes in you, right, I have created a video about that. So I'm not going to be addressing the doubters and haters very much in this video. If you do want to know that, check out the video on my channel called How to Stay Focused When No One Believes in You. The thumbnail looks like this. I'll put it up here if I still have it. Yeah, guys, if you guys are new here, I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you don't know who I am, I'm YK Maharaj. Please make sure you smash that like button. Make sure to drop a subscribe. And listen, please send this to a friend who's young just like you, or someone who's thinking of starting something new, whether it's a business idea, whether it's content, no matter what it is. Please send this to them, because there is really some insights in here to give people to consider before starting something new, no matter what it is and no matter what age you are. And yeah, by the way, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to let me know in the comments. I will help you to the best of my abilities. Maybe you guys want me to create a video on something I haven't spoken about already. That's okay. Put it in the comments. I'm gonna do my best to get to it as soon as I can. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys have a lovely day. And as always, I'm rooting for you and I'm watching from afar. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.